don't have to accept bullshit from anyone just because of blood. You really don't.
And if you're struggling with setting boundaries in your own life,
take me to the ocean beach. I want to melt under the sun under your gaze.
some people think you have to tolerate family just because they're blood. Let me tell you why I don't. Sometimes family is straight up toxic. And no, you don't have to pretend it's not. I'm going to share something really personal with you today. It's about my oldest brother. And I'm sharing this because I know some of you are dealing with the same thing. You're wondering if you're wrong for distancing yourself from family. You're feeling guilty. You're second guessing yourself. So let me tell you my story, and maybe it'll help you feel less alone. My brother and I were really close when we were kids. He's 3 years older than me, and back then, he was my protector. I looked up to him. He was my world in a lot of ways. You know how it is when you're little and you have that older sibling who just gets you? Who stands up for you on the playground? Who teaches you things and makes you feel safe? That was him. We spent summers together, riding bikes around the neighborhood. He'd let me tag along with his friends, even though I was the annoying little sister. He taught me how to stand up for myself, ironically enough. He'd tell me, "Don't let anybody push you around. You're tough." And I believed him. I thought we'd always be close like that. I thought we'd grow up and still have each other's backs. I thought he'd always be that person for me. I was wrong. But when he graduated high school and went into the military, something happened. He came back a different person. And look, I'm not here to blame the military. I know plenty of people who served and came back stronger. But for my brother, something shifted. He struggled with alcohol. He got into drugs. And over time, he just changed. His mentality changed. His whole energy changed. And it got messy. Really messy. The brother who used to protect me became someone I didn't recognize. The anger, the unpredictability, the substance abuse. It was like watching someone drown and not being able to reach them. And the hardest part, he didn't want help. He wanted everyone else to just deal with it, to accept his behavior, to make excuses for him because of what he'd been through. But here's the thing. Trauma doesn't give you a pass to traumatize others. With me specifically, because I don't tolerate his BS, he constantly tries to provoke me. It's like he goes out of his way to push my buttons. And listen, he's 3 years older than me. I'm 56 years old. We're not kids anymore. But in his mind, I think he still sees me as that little girl he could boss around. That little sister who looked up to him no matter what. The last time I saw him, it was the same old story. He'd been drinking, started talking crazy, trying to pick a fight over nothing, making everything about him, saying hurtful things just to get a reaction out of me. And you know what? I have no time for that. None. I told him decades ago, I'm not a little girl anymore. You can't talk to me like that. I'm an adult just like you are. You want my respect? You have to give it. But respect is a two-way street, and he's been driving the wrong way for years. I tried. I really did. For years, I tried to be the bigger person. I tried to understand his pain. I made excuses for him to other family members. I answered every phone call. I showed up. But there comes a point where you realize you can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. So here's what I do now. I keep my distance. I keep conversations short. If he calls, I answer minimally and go about my business. "Hey, how are you?" "Good. You?" "All right, gotta go." And I hang up. If he's drinking and starts acting up, I walk away. I don't engage. I don't argue. I don't try to reason with him. I just remove myself from the situation. I've been very clear with him. No nonsense, no drama, no emotional manipulation. I don't do the guilt trips. I don't do the "but we're family" speeches. I don't do the late night phone calls where he wants to rehash everything that's wrong in his life. And you know what? That's okay. Setting boundaries doesn't make you cold. It doesn't make you mean. It makes you smart. It makes you someone who values their own mental health and peace of mind. Because here's what I learned. Boundaries aren't about punishing the other person. They're about protecting yourself. They're about saying, I love myself enough to not accept this treatment. And let me be real with you. It's exhausting dealing with toxic people. It drains you. Even when you're not around them, you're thinking about them. You're preparing yourself for the next interaction. You're walking on eggshells. You're managing their emotions instead of living your life. I'm done with that. And you should be too. Some people say, he's your brother. You should try to fix things. Or family is family. Or my personal favorite, you'll regret it when he's gone. Nah, blood doesn't give anyone a free pass to treat you like garbage. It just doesn't. I don't care if it's your sibling, your parent, your cousin, whoever. Toxic is toxic. It doesn't matter that he used to protect me when we were kids. It doesn't matter that we were close once upon a time. What matters is now. What matters is how he treats me today. And I refuse to accept disrespect, period. You know, I used to feel guilty about this. I used to lie awake at night wondering if I was being too harsh, if I should give him another chance, if I was throwing away our relationship over nothing. But then I'd remember the last conversation we had, the things he said, the way he made me feel, and I'd realize this isn't nothing. This is my peace. This is my mental health. This is my life. And I get to choose who gets access to it. I know it's hard. Family guilt is real. It's one of the heaviest burdens we carry. You think maybe things could go back to the way they were. Maybe if you just tried one more time. Maybe if you said the right thing, did the right thing, they'd finally change. But here's what I want you to hear. You are not responsible for other people's healing. You're not responsible for fixing them. You're not responsible for tolerating abuse just because you share DNA. Sometimes loving yourself means stepping away. And that's not selfish. That's survival. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. It's self-preservation. It's you choosing yourself, maybe for the first time in your life. And boundaries? Boundaries aren't punishment. They're protection. They're you saying, I matter too. My peace matters. My mental health matters. You don't have to light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. You don't have to drown trying to save someone who won't grab the life raft. You're allowed to save yourself. And if people judge you for it, that's their problem, not yours. So yeah, I don't talk to my oldest brother anymore. We're not close. We probably never will be again. And that's okay. It took me years to be able to say that and mean it. But I do. I'm at peace with my decision. I don't lose sleep over it anymore. I don't feel guilty. I don't wonder what if. Because I know I did everything I could, and I know that my peace is more valuable than any relationship that costs me my sanity. You don't have to accept bullshit from anyone just because of blood. You really don't. And if you're struggling with setting boundaries in your own life, I've got tools that can help. Grab your Bougie with Boundaries toolkit at bougiewithboundaries.com. It's got worksheets, scripts, and strategies to help you set boundaries and actually stick to them. Because your peace, it's non-negotiable. Thank you for letting me share my story. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Let me know your experience. You're not alone. I'll see you in the next one.
I want to melt under the sun.